The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Samuel. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Samuel, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught by Evans. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And that's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Samuel. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
to have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Pat the street. Pat the street. Go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so so it's back to 3rd and 10. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this up past the 45 and the 47. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Buccaneers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. First carry for Rachaad White. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Samuel. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Samuel. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Bucs forced to use because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not. Inside the 30. On 1st down, Samuel. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A 1-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. from the gun. He'll hand this off. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they
touchdown, Panthers. Odell Beckham. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. Now for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on first down. Samuel. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Samuel. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joe Tryon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape. Absolutely.
And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
final shot before break. Samuel. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucks with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff running through the middle. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Joe Tryon able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And this one is right down the middle. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On 1st and 10, Samuel. And this one caught downfield by Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans, 47 yards. And the Bucs have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean, and the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down.
And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 68 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Still 9 remaining on second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
So we'll recount real quick. He had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's had himself a game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. Back now in Tampa. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
The offense on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Now a handoff looking right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Samuel. Over the middle to Evans. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Back to throw. Samuel taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Nicole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bucs are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is good.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Trap 60, trap 60. Trap the Ranger.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
79 Broncos.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken at the 23. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive, 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?